Aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. NASCAR Hot Pass only on DirecTV puts you behind the wheel. 32 caution-free laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Kobalt Tools 500. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led every one of them. Kyle Busch trying to close, but he's mired about 3.7 seconds behind Jr. in second. Carl Edwards, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick, and Matt Kenseth. We talked earlier. He could be in trouble, and he, despite starting in the back with a fast car after a transmission change, he's gone a lap down.
Yeah, it's just like we've got 3 or 4 cars that have really hit it right now, and everybody else is wanting a caution pretty bad right now.
And I think that's what this car is capable of. If you get it right, you're going to make everybody else look really bad.
So Junior, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards running in third, with an interim crew chief, Robbie Reiser. His crew chief, Bob Osborne, under suspension. And Robbie Reiser's been a crew chief, and he's won the Nextel Cup with Matt Kenseth. In fact, Matt Kenseth's the only driver Robbie's ever had. So let's excuse Robbie for this communication from the pit box to Carl.
3280. We're about halfway through the fuel run here, Matt, or Carl.
but you're right. You know,
it'll take me a little time here. We'll be all right.
but that's absolutely right. I mean, they ran for Rookie of the Year in Sprint Cup back in 2000, and they were nationwide series for 2 or 3 years together. I think you're right, Mike. I don't think Robbie Reiser has ever been on a pit box with anybody but Matt Kenseth.
Do you know what I see? I know right now we're strung out and cars going a lap down and all that. This race is going to get interesting as we go forward. When these guys get a chance to come to the pit road and make some adjustments on these cars, I think you're going to see some guys that are really struggling right now come alive, and that's going to be interesting to see some of these guys get a lap back.
Hey, you heard Robbie Reiser tell Carl Edwards about halfway through a fuel run. We didn't get a chance to go through that before the green flag. A fuel run here is about 50 to 54 laps. I get a feeling they may short pit a little early. There you see both the Red Bull cars made the show. Of course, the 83 car, Brian Vickers. Mike Skinner qualifying that 84 car for the first time this year. He's getting them both in one lick here. So he has about half the field down a lap now.
That's a lot of energy right there in one little package.
Well, they were trying to keep from going a lap down, but Dale Jr. is setting a blistering pace.
He really
Only
is.
the 20 cars behind him are still on the lead lap. Decent run early for Casey Kane. He's been a top 10 car all day. But even Kane right now is half a lap behind the leader. Caution is waving.
Got debris in too over there somewhere.
And that's the reason why we're under the first caution of the day at 38 laps.
So I think it may have been a battle between the Red Bull cars to see who gets the free pass here as we get the caution on lap 38.
And we'll wait for confirmation, but our scoring indicates Brian Vickers will be the first car 1 lap down, so he'll get the free pass and be back on the lead lap when we resume.
Now watch this. When these guys that are lap down, they're going to line up on the inside. It's like a whole new restart.
Vickers is confirmed as the recipient of the free pass. There he is right behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. And that will leave these drivers a lap down. Casey Mears, Mike Skinner, David Rudiman, Dave Blaney, Jamie McMurray, Dale Jarrett, Reed Sorensen, Elliott Sadler, Michael Waltrip a lap down, Robbie Gordon, Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, and 10 more.
But pit road will be a very, very busy place. Of course, everyone will come and get Sunoco race fuel, 4 Goodyear race tires, and I'm sure adjustments on a lot of these race cars.
Ooh, I'll say.
Cars on the lead lap pit. The first lap the pit road is open, and here they come. To Matt.
Mike, Carl Edwards said the car was just so loose, it was just shaking its guts out. Now he's got a different crew chief on top of the box, different colored uniforms of his over-the-wall pit crew guys. Air pressure adjustment is how they're going to try to fix this car, Steve.
And a lot of adjustments for Kyle Busch, track bar, wedge, and air pressure. He says he's loose in, loose landing, and loose on the gas on exit deck.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. is out of here. 4 tires, no changes, Krista.
Clint Boyer turning very good lap times, but he said it's taking too long for his car to come to him. No rear grip. He's loose in and off. Meanwhile, the 24 of Jeff Gordon says, I don't know what to do to make it better. Tight is our problem. We need to roll through the middle.
Dale Jr. and Kyle Busch lead our DirecTV race off pit road by a wide margin.
Greg Biffle, that 16 group with Greg Irwin, had all kinds of problems, but they finally get it off the pit road.